roughly 5,000 square miles, Kodiak Island lies in the Gulf of Alaska, approximately 252 air miles south of Anchorage. The Kodiak Archipelago is a chain of 16 major islands, separated from the Alaska Peninsula by 25 miles of ocean, known as the Shelikof Strait. A trip on the Alaska State Ferry to Kodiak from the mainland can take anywhere from 8 to 16 hours, depending on weather conditions. You may wonder why anyone would want to live in such a remote location, but Kodiak boasts the 5th largest population in the state. The vast majority of the land here is almost untouched by human presence, a last sanctuary for many species now vanished from other areas in the United States. Kodiak Island is home to the well-known Kodiak brown bear, the largest bear in the world. More than 2/3 of Kodiak and a portion of Afognak Island are protected by the Kodiak National Wildlife Refuge, which was established in 1941 by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service for the purpose of protecting the habitat. Most of the land next to the refuge belongs to the original Alutiiq native populations in the villages of Akiak, Karluk, Larsen Bay, Old Harbor, Uzinki, and Port Lions. The largest of these villages is approximately 284 people. The smallest is about 71 people. All of these villages are extremely remote and only accessible by small planes or boats during good weather. Commercial fishing is the dominant industry in Kodiak, and it's our salmon resources that fuel the ecosystem and the economy. More than 900 commercial fishing vessels are homeported in Kodiak and nearby communities. Kodiak consistently ranks among the top 3 largest fishing ports in the United States. Historically, many settlers were drawn to Kodiak because of its wealth of natural resources. The early influences of European and Russian settlers are tightly woven into the native culture. Today, Kodiak continues to be a melting pot and a city of opportunity. Our community is a blend of exciting cultures, which now include a large population of Filipino and Hispanic families, and our diversity continues to grow. In the summer, our population increases by the thousands as fishing and processing plants swing into full action, and tourists from all over the world come to enjoy an Alaskan adventure. Many of the people who live in Kodiak are multicultural and multilingual. However, many come from groups which aren't adequately represented in the professional fisheries community. At Kodiak Summer Science and Salmon Camp, we're striving to educate youth about Kodiak's most valuable resources and how to protect those resources in an economy they may one day manage themselves. Salmon isn't only valued commercially, it's important to the tourism industry, and sport fishing is a major tourist activity in Kodiak. Salmon supports the community through sales of outdoor gear, chartering, hotels, restaurants, and gift stores. Salmon is important to a traditional subsistence culture too. Subsistence foods are a way for native people to preserve their cultural traditions. Continuing access to subsistence resources is a very important issue for Alaskans. It means harvesting fish responsibly so that they will replenish themselves naturally while the habitat remains undisturbed. The native people once only took what they needed to survive, but in today's economy, many natives fish commercially to survive financially. It's a quickly changing world for some village communities where culture must give way to progress. Many youth were brave enough to leave their villages and fly alone into the city of Kodiak to attend the Kodiak Summer Science and Salmon Camp. Some camp sessions were over 50% native. The Buskin River, where our camp is held, is home to 4 of the 5 species of Pacific salmon. Through hands-on outdoor education, youth are learning how to prevent resource management problems that are seen elsewhere in the world, and they're learning how it's more efficient and effective to prevent problems than to try to correct them later. Salmon has become endangered in many areas. The loss of this resource in some places has affected traditional cultures, livelihoods, and the ecology. In Kodiak, we have the opportunity to instill good conservation ethics in young people during a time when our resources are plentiful and well managed. Salmon is important to wildlife. Not only does it fuel the food chain directly, it brings important nutrients inland from the sea for plants. Even after a salmon's death, its body continues to feed the microscopic life in rivers and streams. Campers had the chance to study the water cycle during field trips, which took them from the ocean and rivers to the city wastewater treatment plant. They learned about the biology of salmon and salmon life cycles. Elders and experts in the community volunteered their time with youth, examining all of the different values people have concerning fisheries, including both historical and present-day fishery issues. Children learned what tools are used to gather information for managing salmon, and how that information is turned into regulations. In this scene, the Department of Fish and Game teach campers how to disassemble, move, and replace a weir, a device used to count fish. Pre- and post-testing showed a 28% increase in factual knowledge about salmon. Portfolio assessment through journaling showed an increase in skills such as ethics of conservation and methods of resource management. During an open house family picnic at the end of the camp, kids had the opportunity to take turns talking about what they learned with an audience of parents. By raising awareness and knowledge about the importance of salmon, we hope to create 3 distinct benefits. We're hoping the children will gain conservation ethics, science skills, self-esteem, and motivation to pursue professional careers related to fisheries science. We'd like the community to benefit from citizens and residents who understand the impacts their actions can have upon the environment and the economy. And finally, we'd like resources to continue to be conserved by a concerned and knowledgeable population.
Akalahe. That's what my grandfather used to say when he saw the salmon jumping. I used to ask him why they jumped, and he said Akalahe means that they are jumping for the joy of life.
This exemplifies the enthusiastic atmosphere of the Kodiak Summer Science and Salmon Camp. Please help us keep kids jumping for the joy of life, too. Thank you to the following individuals and agencies for their valued contributions to last year's camp.